Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Women can choose a man based on their level of beauty. And I was thinking about this stuff, and remember I did a video a few weeks ago talking about that, like how women who will probably rank on that mythical scale from 7 and up can pretty much choose the men they want, whereas women who don't rate on that mythical scale, they really can't. And that works in many ways. I mean, it's obvious they can choose who they want. Like real beautiful women, you really can't think you're going to go up to them and just get them. Yeah, shoot your shot, but they pretty much got to like you on the spot. They ain't going to let you win them over. They either like you or they don't. And this is regardless of how much money you have and all this other stuff. And yes, I'm going to say money too, because I want y'all to think about it. I've talked about this several times before. I'll talk about it here. One thing with very beautiful women, they've been hit on first of all, they've been hit on since they were little, since they hit puberty. And also, they get hit on a daily basis. They get hit on a daily basis. As soon as they leave their apartment building or house, some dude is hitting on them. Some dude trying to holler at them. Shoot, if they take a public transportation to work, they got to worry about 3 or 4 dudes on the bus. They got to worry about the bus driver. Shoot, if they're at the bus stop. You know, I remember when I was used to be working for the government. Somebody like I say that. You remember when I was working for the government and I would go home and I would see this young lady. She always fine, had a face, body, nice old body. One of those face and bodies make you look ugly. You'd be like, God dang. And she would be at a certain bus stop. I ain't say anything to her first couple times, but then when I finally walked past her and, say, hey, how you doing? I always see you here. Got a good conversation. Let's just say some other stuff happened maybe a few weeks after that. Anyway, she said she would be at that particular bus stop because dudes would always be trying to talk to her at the previous bus stop. So she went to this bus stop that was, it was an obscure location. It was over there by the White House. And she was always the only one there. She was the only one there. Plus, I didn't rush anything. So, a beautiful woman get hit on all the time. Beautiful women, really, I say, if you use that mythical scale, 7 and up, pretty much. They can choose who they want. In fact, they bigger on the choice because of that. Even when you handing them money, what that mean? That don't mean anything to them. Because 5 other dudes is presenting some money, offering to buy them gifts and all of that. A beautiful woman has to choose who she wants. But see, women 6 and below, they don't really get that choice. They really don't. They don't look like all that. Maybe if they're 6, they're a little bit above average, but it could go either way. Because if they 5 and below, if they, as some people call themselves 5, they especially can only deal with the men who going to hit on them. In fact, if you talk with them, they'll tell you straight up, a lot of guys ain't hitting on them. It's just it. Like if you get some guys who insist they can pull the woman, well, I'm going to tell you what, they can pull the women 6 and below, but they might not always get what they want. And sometimes women at that level be acting all funky. Those are the type of women who are settled the quickest because they got to deal with the men who they can actually get. They might want that real handsome rich man or something like that. They can want them all they want, because you get some guys I've seen some guys talking about, oh yeah, an 8 can get a 4. Unless that woman got some money, that 8 ain't messing with that 4. If a man's an 8, he pretty much going to stick with a woman who is in that range. Shoot, he can go for a 10. She might pay attention to him. It's always something. Harford County, just as an aside, that's why I always got to keep my head looking ahead. Because it can be whatever. If I'm looking at y'all, it's usually a few cars away from me. It's usually empty, or I'm at a stop sign or a stoplight or something. Just so y'all know. But anyway, yeah, you get those women who 6 and below, shoot, they got to only deal with the men who show them some interest. They can't really just go up there. See, one thing about those beautiful women, since so many guys chasing them, shoot, they only dealing with the men that they want to deal with. That's one thing to understand. Now, I know, it's funny because you get a lot of guys and down, let's just say the guys, if they were to have women use a number, even though women don't really use numbers, let's just say they use numbers for this example, and the women rate them a 3 or 4, they ain't getting those attractive women like that. And remember, women looking at a whole bunch of stuff, they ain't just looking at the face. Indeed, that's why the reason why sometimes you can see that average looking man get that real attractive woman, rest assured he got something else going for him. He might have a good body. He might dress well. He got something to attract that woman's attention. He might have that charisma. Like a lot of the younger kids talking about Riz and all of that stuff. We would just say shooting game. They got that mouthpiece. He was in a position to get to know her. She found out that dude had some stuff going on for him. And that's usually the case. That's usually the case. And the thing is, wait a minute. Okay, I can pop up. Anyway, oh, trust me, I gotta pay attention around here. Uncle Ron don't need to be in a car accident. A medical emergency is one thing, a car accident is another thing. But usually that dude, if he like a 3 or 4 and he don't got nothing going on, he gets nothing from that beautiful woman. He better find that 4. Even though some of those 4s can act a little funky, but he better find that 4. He better stay in his lane. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all, a lot of men really need to stay in their damn lane. Like, these men be fantasizing about getting supermodel of the world or something. They ain't all that themselves. They don't got nothing to offer. Like, if you a man and you seriously, now I don't know bullshit like, oh, that's what I want. And ain't no fantasy shit. You realistically want to get that woman. It's more than just improving just your overall look. You got to be sharp. You got to be sharp. Like, if you a 4 and you want to get that 8 or 9 or even a 10, or you got to be, first of all, your whole appearance, even if you got like an average bone structure, your whole appearance got to be sharp for them. Like, your appearance got to be sharp. You got to sharpen up every single thing you got. And then remember, I talked about some nonverbal cues that you can use, some nonverbal signs women look for. I'll put a link for that in the description box. You know what? As an aside, I've been really pushing that, because you get a lot of guys, they don't got shit going on, nothing like physically, nothing nonverbal, no mouthpiece, nothing, but thinking they want like supermodel of the world. That shit ain't happening. And even then, they gotta have something to draw that woman's attention. They gotta have some type of like bait to get her, like some type of bait. Like, what type of bait do they really have? What they got going on that they could get that woman? Like I said, I put a link for my nonverbal signs women look for in a man in the description box. Like a man can work on that. That's one of the things I say they can work on that. And you know what's funny? I had said something when I did that video originally this week, and I had mentioned like in a preview for it, I had mentioned something about shoes, and I had quite a few people say, well, maybe not shoes for me or something. It's like, hold up, man. Women looking for everything. And even with those beautiful women, you don't have to necessarily look like supermodel of the world yourself. Those women just want a guy who's going to be cool with them. But you got to have something. They ain't going to get some dude just living in his mom's basement or something like that. They ain't going to get some dude who ain't got nothing going on. Like, what do you have going on? And what I mean, and I don't mean necessarily having money. Because, well, let's be real. There are some beautiful women who will go for a man with money. But she just using them. And you get some beautiful women there on some demon lover shit. Some are on some demon lover shit. I'm going to emphasize the word some. Some are very sweet, down to earth. Some on some straight up demon lover shit. They will like intensely go out with a guy just to fuck with his head. But then you got some mothers, they just want to use that money. They use that beauty. Because beauty is powerful. Dudes socialize into paying for it. Let's just be real. Dudes are socializing into paying for it. And that's probably some women that came up with that. So you got some women, they will use that. And dudes thinking they getting some woman and they paying all this, buying all this stuff, and double back home one day. Or go or drive by her house and wondering why that strange car is parked in her driveway. You know, seriously. I ain't even gonna do the my badge. Y'all already know that. Y'all already know. Sure. See, and that's with the beautiful one. The only way you can really get them is just fix yourself up. And not even hope, just do your thing and stuff. And if you got something going on, she gonna pick it. Because women like that, the real beautiful ones, I say 7 and up, they got a choice. I mean, it's very simple. They got a choice. Now the 6 and belows, they ain't getting to play like that. So a man showing them some attention can actually get to play. A man showing them some attention. They like maybe average or something. Average at best. And women know that. Trust me, women know where they stand. They'll deal with that guy who might be like, I would say so-so. They'll deal with him because they don't have a choice to. They don't really have a choice in the matter. That might be all the play they get. Because let me hit y'all with something. The reality is most women out here don't get attention on an everyday basis. Most. I'm going to say most. Because they might not have that level of attractiveness. They might not have that killer body. Most of them are invisible. So if a guy like shoots the breeze with them or hits on them. In fact, you got some players out there. Let's just be real. You got some dudes, they getting women like crazy, and all they giving them is attention. And this is regardless of what the dude look like. There's a lot of players out there that don't be getting like drop dead gorgeous women. And you know what? They cool with it. Because the pussy good. Yeah. Those people who follow my dog series, they'll get that little statement. Yeah. But yeah, they gotta do something. But see, let's just be real. Like I said earlier, most of these guys out here be wanting like those 7 and aboves. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with wanting that. What you doing to fix up? Why you coming against me when I say self-improve? And why you don't get mad at the women? Why should a woman want you? You ain't doing anything. You ain't trying, you ain't hitting the barber. You ain't making sure your face all right. You ain't hitting the gym. You ain't trying to dress. You ain't working on your posture, any of your nonverbal shit. You ain't working on your mouthpiece. You ain't working on shit. Why should that woman want you? If you want that woman, you got to do shit, and that's your thing. And I'm gonna tell you what. Sometimes a man, he might have to have what may rest in peace Player Supreme called a starter hoe. He might have to start at a 4 or 5 or something and work his way up, build his shit up. A lot of guys don't want to do that. Because, the funniest thing to me is when you get some dudes who don't really have shit going on, might be virgins, but they want to start off with Supermodel of the World. Dude, why would Supermodel of the World want to be with a dude who ain't about shit, don't got shit going on, invisible to her, ain't turning her on sexually? You got to build towards that. If you that dude and women are honest with you and they like, well, they don't see what you got going on. What you got going on for you? And I don't mean, and like I said, I don't mean necessarily your money, just overall. What kind of personality? Are you a positive or are you one of these negative people out here being all negative or got some attitude or something? Women don't want to deal with that. Especially they know they can deal with a man who can fly them out. Or at least a man who can fuck their brains up. Nah, you gotta build up. If you one of those dudes you really want it, ain't nothing wrong with it. Shit, you gotta build up. Cause like I said, those women choose. Even when you approach those women, ain't nothing you can really say to them. They done heard every line. Shit, they heard every line since they were 13. Since they hit puberty, had older guys coming to their schools picking them up in Mercedes and something, or trying to holler. They might have to go, in their schools, they might have to go to the principal's office just to say this teacher hitting on them. They done seen all types of game. So if you want to get them, you gotta have something where they coming to you. And I'm gonna tell you what with that. A good psychological thing. You doing something different from what other men are doing. You doing something different because they used to guys coming at them. But see, that one guy who just sitting in the corner eating his buffalo wings, chilling, ignoring her. But he got, he dressed well, he built right, he look at least all right to him. They be like, what's up with him? He doing different. Like if you had a club or something, you got 20 men in line for a woman, and I've actually seen that in a club. And you like, all right, well, I'm gonna sit over here and drink my drink. I'm gonna do my thing over here. The woman gonna be looking back like, wait a minute, what's up with him? Let me see what's going on with him. Let me see what's happening with him. Shit. The women thinking about that. She was like, hold up, let me see what's up. But see, and some dudes would think it's some magic or something. And let me get into that a little bit. You do have to do some work, and it's not going to happen overnight. You do, because remember, I used to say, when I was first getting started, dudes were happy, well, what can I say to him? What's my magic word? What can I say? I wish it was that easy. It ain't that easy. Dudes gotta get this shit together all the way around. Do what Player Supreme would say, get that starter hoe. Probably gotta start out. Build up to that real beautiful woman. Build up to her. Because they get their choices. Get it to the point that woman coming for you. You don't even have to do anything. You sitting back chilling. Shit. Like I knew this player. It was at this vending expo I was at. I knew this dude was a straight player. And he was actually a model. And I remember he had all these women there, very beautiful women. That dude was only about business. He just walked over to me, wasn't looking around. Shit, women going crazy, checking him out. He was like, whatever. He's about that business. But he knew how to fix up. And actually, he had actually showed me some pictures. He had actually said, yeah, Rom, I used to be Joe Nerd. But he fixed himself up to get those type of women. He did something. He understood it. He understood, hey, he can't be just shooting the game at them because they used to it. They got to come to him. And like I said, you deal with those women 6 and below. Depending on the situation, actually, you can shoot game at them a lot more. They actually looking for it. Like I said, you can get them. And really, if we're going to talk about game, and let's talk about, hold up, because every now and then I get somebody on here think they telling me something. Dude. I've been out here in the real world, real streets. Everything I'm saying, find some real players and ask them. Find some pimps and ask them. Shit, find some gigolos. Find strippers. Find men who get money out of women. Ask them. Ask them everything I'm saying. Because you get some guys, they ain't heard about it themselves and they ain't believe it. Like, I still remember there was this, dude, he was on somebody else's, I think it was Mr. Lucario's page. He was like, yeah, Rom crazy talking about women checking out shoes. Mr. Lucario called him on that. He's like, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But, like I said, they checking out everything. They checking out everything. So, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, you want that beautiful woman? You gotta get your shit together. Now, you can still get that 6 and below, but you gonna have to, as we used to say back in the day, you gonna have to crack on her. You gonna have to make the move. And even then, you still need to have some shit going on for you. You need to be fixing up yourself. You need to fix yourself up as best as possible. Shit, body game, hey, shoot, letting the barber bless you, all that. So you just gotta understand that. You just gotta understand that. Go in here. Oh yeah, get some. Anyway, and I was inspired to do that. I'll just say there's a private group I'm with. I talk to usually on Thursdays when I can stay awake. Inside joke. When I can stay awake. And we were talking about that. We were talking about a whole lot. I'm gonna tell y'all something now, though. I'm old head. I done seen stuff. I've been seeing stuff for decades, and in anything new. Like I said, my sons are 22 and 20. I see something there with them. No, I thought it was. I hadn't seen her in a while. Anyway, I would just say this. Go out and try it. Just go out. Go out and see what's going on. See what's happening. Go out. Go outside. Figure it out, okay? You can learn a lot. So anyway, though, that's all I got for today. Get back with y'all on Monday as far as a car video. Tomorrow I got my sovereign man videos. Then those, I'm gonna be real, that's more important. Women are actually, in my view, the commercial to your main program. Because no matter what, you living with yourself. Your main relationship is with yourself. So got my sovereign man video, my inspirational stuff on Sundays. So definitely check it out, all right? So anyway, that's all I got. I'll get back with y'all. Peace.